Well, good Friday morning, Southeast Texas. Been a beautiful morning so far. We'll start out with our Roofing 911 Skycam Network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Chilly start early this morning, though. We had 40s as expected in the Triangle. We still had some upper 30s, though, scattered around up in the lakes area this morning. Lots of clear skies. Beautiful morning coming up, not only in Beaumont, but the lakes all across the deep south. A beautiful day today. And for the first time in a few weeks, several weeks, I should say, we're going to reach the 70s for high temperatures this afternoon. Traffic flowing fairly smoothly there along Interstate 10. Traffic a go. Let's go up to the lakes area. You have clear skies, lots of sun on our Roofing 911 Skycam Network up in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. You had some mid to upper 30s up there this morning, even a little bit of scattered frost in spots in the lakes. And these next few nights, as we've been talking about, the nights are going to be chilly. We're in that time of the, maybe not necessarily the time of the year, but we're in a pattern right now with very dry air in place where we have warm temperatures for afternoon highs and chilly temperatures at night. And that's the way it's going to be through the weekend. And then those lows will start warming up as we head into next week. So very, very nice across East and Southeast Texas. Let's go down to Port Arthur right now on our Roofing 911 Skycam Network in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. Beautiful morning. Started out in the mid to upper 40s in the Port Arthur area this morning. Good visibility. So you can see the bridge off in the distance. Good visibilities. Don't see any marsh fires really off in the distance anywhere. So looking pretty good for your Fridays. We get ready to head into the weekend. It's going to be a nice weekend too. Now, maybe a couple of degrees cooler tomorrow than what we're having today, but still very, very nice conditions expected across the area coming up, not only for today, but for the next several days, temperature-wise. A little bit of a chance of rain, which we'll talk about a little later coming up Tuesday afternoon and maybe Tuesday evening. Let's go over to Orange now on our Roofing 911 Skycam Network. In Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. Traffic flowing smoothly. That's what we like to see on Interstate 10. Very low humidity too as well. Orange, you started out in the mid 40s as well this morning. You will reach the lower to mid 70s coming up this afternoon. So very, very nice across the area and good visibilities over in Orange as well. And I said this trend's going to continue into the weekend. And our Roofing 911 Skycam Network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Lots of sunshine, lots of clear skies, low humidity, and we're heading for the 70s coming up this afternoon. So it's been several weeks since we've been in the 70s for highs. We finally got into the 60s the last few days. It had been probably 2 weeks since we've even been in the 60s for highs across Southeast Texas. But hey, we're slowly getting there. Of course, winter's not over. It's only still early February yet, and but at least coming up over the next week or so, temperatures looking fairly warm for afternoon highs. So that's very nice there. All right, temperatures across the rest of the area. Well, we are at 66 just about everywhere from Jasper to, well, Port Arthur at 65, basically mid 60s, 64 in Lake Charles. Notice over in the Houston area, 66 already. They may see some upper 70s for highs in the Houston area later this afternoon, but this is certainly very, very nice to see across the area after the cold we've had over the past couple of weeks, that is for sure. So we're looking at about 74 probably across the area this afternoon, maybe a 75 here and there. Of course, if you're heading out west, Houston area on up to Huntsville, I wouldn't be shocked to see an 80 in a few isolated spots. Possible coming up this afternoon, that's for sure. So very, very nice with these temperatures in the 60s, heading for the mid 70s later today. Boy, satellite looks good too. Lots of clear skies, dry air in place all across the region. Just a few high clouds across parts of West Texas on up into portions of New Mexico. Very, very nice. Lots of clear skies off to our east as well. We're a few light showers earlier up in eastern and southeastern Tennessee, but things looking good this afternoon. Finally beginning to thaw out a little bit, finally across portions of the southeastern United States beginning to thaw out. Now this is pretty impressive here. We are running 13 degrees warmer right now in Beaumont than we were this exact same time yesterday. You know, yesterday was a beautiful day too, with highs in the low 60s. We're going to be about 13 degrees warmer today than what we saw yesterday. Very, very nice. 14 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago in Jasper. You get the hint there. Much warmer. Well, it's nice this afternoon. Lots of sun, low humidity, west wind. It's hard to beat an afternoon like this, like we have coming up. It'll be a little bit cooler tomorrow, maybe 2 or 3 degrees cooler tomorrow, not much, as a weak front works in from the north and northeast. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. We'll take it hour by hour. Already, as we showed you, in the mid to upper 60s. No clouds at all really either. We'll look for sunny skies today. One of those highs, 74 to 76 this afternoon. Boy, that is nice. Notice in the Houston area, as we talked about a while ago, could be close to 80 for highs out there in a few spots this afternoon, but mid 70s all the way over into southwestern Louisiana at 3 o'clock. Notice that wind direction out of the west. The west wind is always a warm wind, especially when you have dry air in place. Always gets that warm air going. And as we head into this evening, still lower to mid 60s at 7 p.m. And overnight, as we said, the nights are going to be chilly, 55 by 10 p.m., so mid 50s at 10 o'clock, and still a west wind there. And as we head toward morning, there we go, there's that weak front. See the arrows change direction there? Out of northeast wind coming in toward daybreak, a little surge of cool air. Very weak front, basically, but notice our lows in the morning, still in the mid 40s, so you'll need that light jacket coming up. But notice still clear skies across southeast Texas coming up for tonight and tomorrow. Now the rest of this afternoon looks really, really nice. So if you have outdoor plans, get out and enjoy it. Low humidity, westerly winds, sunny skies, mid 70s this afternoon, 76 or so up around Burkeville, 74 Lumberton, 74 China, 74 in Port Arthur. So you get the hint. Very, very nice coming up this afternoon. Let's take a look at tonight. Clear skies, low humidity, little bit of a north wind picking up toward daybreak. So cool night again, low to mid 40s up in the lakes area, mid 40s along Interstate 10, 46 Beaumont Vider, 47 Orange, 48 in LaBelle. So if you're heading out this afternoon, short sleeves. You're heading out tomorrow, short sleeves. But if you're heading out tonight, light jacket, especially the later the night goes on. Later the night goes on, the cooler it will get with that dry air in place, that's for sure. And as we said, tomorrow, very, very nice as well. Maybe a couple of degrees cooler. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Mid 70s today, lots of sun, 70 tomorrow. So 3-4 degrees cooler tomorrow than today. But there's not going to be any complaints there. West wind today, the winds become northeast just briefly tonight and tomorrow. They're already easterly by late in the day. Lots of sun tomorrow. Super Bowl Sunday. See, these cold nights or cool nights continue. 46 Sunday morning, 72 the high. Starting to see a few clouds return, but not a big deal there. Monday, it becomes partly cloudy. Now, notice one thing. The next 3 nights are going to be in the 40s. It's going to be chilly, okay? But notice as we head towards Sunday night and Monday morning, we're in the 50s for lows. That means the humidity is going to start coming back. Southeast winds by Sunday, south and southeast winds on Monday. So the lows start going up in here, starting Monday, especially Tuesday morning, 58. And there's that 30% coverage of showers coming up late Tuesday afternoon.